This is UFC Baku this weekend. Full card predictions with punches and profits. Your host Nick Hollins right here. All right. Did not too bad last week. First round KO for Malcolm Wellmaker. That was our first confident pick. Boom. Chow. First and second round stoppage. I said submission, but stoppage. First and second round. Boom. Couldn't lock up that neck. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we have a full card. Nice looking card too. 12 bouts this weekend. UFC Baku. Now, I predict there's going to be a few stoppages on this card. There's going to be a few, I think, but we'll see. But anyway, let's get into it. First fight on the night. We have a Muhammad Usman, the little brother of Kamaru Usman, taking on Hamdi Abdallah Wahab. He's 4-0. And I truly believe that this guy, his tests, this is kind of like a Hamdi test. Like Muhammad Usman with the kind of like skills that he can kind of acquire from his brother, even though his brother's just a little like, a little bit smaller than him. I feel like Muhammad Usman has that ability to grind out a decision here. I feel like his hands, like the straights, like he has a couple of straights, don't get it twisted, you know what I mean? Muhammad Usman, he doesn't have hands, but the king can pop out a 1-2, like every now and then, that's straight down the pipe, it can be, he's obviously only got a couple of them in him. That's like kind of all right quality, but then that's it. But still, a Hamdi Abdallah Wahab, Hamdi, 4-0, he's all right, but he's kind of just sloppy. I feel like he's just sloppy. He's too sloppy. Give me Muhammad Usman with the momentum that, his brother just got a win over Buckley this past weekend. Give me a Muhammad Usman on a decision. Or, who knows? He could end up catching a Hamdi in maybe the second round. Who knows? Or first round. You never know. Could be just a gasser in the third and then gets a decision. But yeah, give me a Muhammad Usman. He is the underdog too. Moving on up the card, we have a Tagir Ulanbekov taking on an Azat Maksum. All right, Azat Maksum. I think he's taking in this. I don't know if it's short notice. I think so. It might not. It might be, but nevertheless, a Tagir Ulanbekov trains with all those Dagestanis. The Islams, the Khabib. The Umar. Pretty sure he's part of that gang. So I feel like if it gets to the ground, I feel like maybe he can lock up some sort of submission. So he can maybe take an arm or something. But maybe in this outcome, an Azat Maksum is a 15-1. He is an absolute weapon as well. Don't get it twisted. He's still 15-1. It's still all right. It's an all right record. I mean, he hasn't fought absolute bums his whole record, but he's still got some sort of good wins there. So I feel like this could be a grindy, cool, good watch to see, fight. Good scrambles there's going to be in this bout. But I have a Tagir Ulanbekov, and I have him to win this fight, and I have him winning on decision. I feel like it'll be it's going to be a good fight to watch. But then again, he can get a sub. But I have Tagir Ulanbekov to win regardless. But I'll say decision. Moving on up the card, we have Arina Alekseeva taking on a Claudia Segula. Arina, all right. Tell the tape of this one. Which one's fucking ugly? Which one looks more like a lady? And then go with the other one. Arina Alekseeva, I'll take her. She looks like, I'll keep it moving because that's it. I'll take an Arina Alekseeva. Arina Alekseeva by either stoppage or decision. But, it's women's fights, takes decision. Arina Alekseeva by decision. But, yeah. Moving on up the card, we have Adaria Heleniczikov. Kova. I'm terrible with those names. Taking on Melissa Mullins. Melissa Mullins has beat a few of these birds on this card. Melissa Mullins all day. She's fighting out of England. Melissa Mullins. She's getting much out of it. I'm pretty sure she's stopped Adaria before. Now give me Melissa Mullins by stoppage. Melissa Mullins by stoppage. Moving on up the card. We're not going to stay too long with those, women's MMA. Anyway, moving on up the card, we have Ismail Noradiev taking on a Junyoung Park. Junyoung Park is tough, man. He's a tough character. He's well-rounded on the ground. He comes out with like sneaky subs sometimes, but he's more like wants to just pound, like ground and pound you like most of the time, but then he'll find that sneaky sub. And Ismail Noradiev is more of like, he's like a well-rounder. He's got like that waiting style. He's going to be waiting. You know what I mean? I feel like a Junyoung Park's going to put it on him. And Ismail Noradiev. I feel like a Junyoung Park can win this. Give me a Junyoung Park to win. Right? He can win this. I feel like he's a little more tricky. Ismail Noradiev though. You can't look past him. This one's going to be a tough one. But I feel like a Junyoung Park's got a better ground skill in his tool bag. You know what I mean? That's my decision. But I feel like a Junyoung Park can either get a submission or a fucking decision here. But give me Junyoung Park by decision. Moving on up the card, we have an Obon Elliot. Again, here we go. Seok Yong Ko. A Ko is he's very plotty and he's very like not hands down low kinda, but it'll end up like that over the rounds. And Obon Elliott's like a nice striker, nice precision striker, very down the middle, clean cut striking. You know what I mean? I feel he's got good ground takedown defense. He's okay takedown defense. It's held up so far. I see Kyung Ko. He's not gonna. He's just gonna sit there and he's gonna want to strike with an Obon Elliott, I'd say, and an Obon Elliott's gonna piece him up on the feet. So give me an Obon Elliott. Obon Elliott's just the better striker in this one. In this war, it's a good fight too. Give me an Obon Elliott. I feel like you can get it late stoppage, second or third round stoppage, KO. Moving on up the card, we have a Muhammad Naimov taking on a Bogdan Grad. Now, Bogdan Grad, he's 15-2. He's very strong for the weight class. Muhammad, he's strong. He's like very like, he's gritty. He's a dog fighter. He can take damage, but he can give damage back. A Muhammad Naimov, very much more the same, but in the sense he's very much more precise. He's very much more precise in his striking, but he has a very well-rounded skill set. Very well-rounded skill set, and he can have very deadly throws, like hip throws. Very, very nice. He's good up against the clinch. A Bogdan Grad, I feel is gonna probably fade in this one. Give me Muhammad Naimov. Give me Muhammad Naimov to win, and I feel like he can get a second or third round stoppage here. Moving on up the card, we have a Nazim Sadykhov taking on a Nicholas Motta. A Nazim Sadykhov has that aura factor. A Nicholas Motta is the kind of guy, he's come in, he's had ups and downs. He's been like just wasted, KO'd by that lanky Mexican that like literally got wasted by Ignacio Bahamondes, Manuel Torres. He got absolutely creamed. You know what I mean? With a fucking, just literally an elbow straight down the middle, which is, I think, but as I can recall, but a Nazim Sadykhov Nazim Sadykhov, he has that it factor. I can see a Nicholas Motta getting absolutely destroyed in this one. A Nicholas Motta does not have anything for a Nazim Sadykhov, and I don't care about all this Muay Thai grinding and everything. A Nazim Sadykhov can just shoot these strikes straight down the middle. Nice, powerful, fucking precision, crisp strikes just straight down the middle, man, and he's going to catch a Nicholas Motta and put him away. First round or second round KO for Nazim Sadykhov. Moving on up the card, we have Amatabek Orolbai taking on a Tofik Musayev. Amatabek Orolbai he's very well rounded. He almost looks like he's straight out of like the BC era, BC era. He's from like the year 2053. You know what I mean? He's from the year 2053 BC. Fuck, guy looks like a fucking caveman. Give me him. But he's taking on a Tufik Musayev, and this guy's very like he sits there and waits like the other bloke. He's like sit there and waits. He waits. You know what Orolbai is going to do? You know what Orolbai is going to do? He's going to take down a Tufik and submit him. I feel. And Orolbai, like this Tufik guy, like he has a 22-5 record, yeah, but he's been having these wars where they're just fucking standing there waiting. Like, an Orolbai is just going to shoot, man. He's going to shoot on him. He's going to fucking take him down and strangle him. Or probably just like, he's going to do something. Like, he's going to sub him. Give me an Orolbai. A Amatabek Orolbai submission in whatever round he wants. Moving on up the card, we have a Curtis Blaydes taking on a Rizvan Kunev. Now, I think the story of this fight is a Rizvan Kunev was, don't get it twisted if I'm not correct. He was taking steroids, or that may have been actually the first fight. Never mind. But anyway, regardless, a Rizvan Kunev. Again, a Curtis Blaydes. Like Curtis Blaydes gonna like absolutely knock his block off, man. A Curtis Blaydes has just that precision striking, just straight down the middle, man. He's gonna take Rizvan Kunev's fucking head off. And Rizvan Kunev is an absolute fucking... It's going to expose it. He's just going to get fucking absolutely fucking KO'd. First or second round. A Curtis Blaydes is going to KO him. He might have moments where he takes a Curtis Blaydes down. I doubt it. Curtis Blaydes, look at him, man. He's way more fucking athletic and everything. Curtis Blaydes is way more far beyond the levels of this fucking guy, man. This guy's going to get fucking KO'd in the first or second round. Moving on up the card. So that's a Curtis Blaydes first round or second round KO. Moving on up the card, we have a Rafael Fiziev taking on an Ignacio Bahamondes. Now, a Rafael Fiziev, he's fighting kind of like, it's similar, I think it's his home like territory. Taking on a Chilean surging prospect that I called I still remember it. It was around my birthday, and he got that wheel kick in the third round. I called it. He wheel kicked Robert fucking what's his fucking name? Robert fucking whatever. He wheel kicked. He absolutely fucking KO'd him out to lights. I knew it. His hands became low after a while, and I knew he was gonna KO him. I called that. Like, too bad I didn't have videos back then. But anyway, taking on a Rafael Fiziev. So Ignacio, very good, crisp kickboxing, absolute standout at striking. He showed that over time now in the last like fucking however long in the last 12 months that he has some sort of submission ground game to him. He's finding that he must come to him naturally. But a Rafael Fiziev, he's very just very crisp in the way he strikes, very like always hands up, always just like he is kind of like that stock standard, but you know, very bouncy. He's bouncy on his feet. Ignacio Bahamondes will not fear in engaging here, and I feel like Ignacio Bahamondes is going to probably like end up fucking piecing up a Rafael Fiziev on the feet, and then Fiziev might end up trying to do a takedown, and then a Fiziev might end up getting the takedown. Who knows? But we will see. That if he gets the takedown, he might end up winning this 3-rounder. It's a 3-rounder, don't forget. But Ignacio Bahamondes, if he keeps it on the feet, he can get a decision too. I don't think this fight's going to a stoppage. But I feel like Fiziev will have that home advantage, that scorecard advantage, that scratch your head, how the hell did that guy win the decision advantage? But nevertheless, Ignacio Bahamondes is a surge, and I feel like he will have this. He trains with Bilal Muhammad, and you know, I'm sure that they've been grinding his takedown defense and stuff. So give me Ignacio Bahamondes on decision. Moving on up the card, we have the main event, ladies and gentlemen. We have a Jamahal Hill taking on a Khalil Roundtree. Now, a Jamahal Hill, very plotty with his striking, which is the very opposite to his counterpart Khalil Roundtree, where he's in and out, he's light on his feet. He's very he's still powerful. He's powerful and quick. You know, combinations. Jamahal Hill, he's powerful too, but he's got like that length. I feel like, but I feel like a Khalil Roundtree he's even though he lost to Pereira the way he did, he's still kind of surging. Jamahal Hill, he's fallen off, man, and I feel like it's kind of like it's a turning point for Jamahal Hill, and this is a Khalil Roundtree kind of like. It's good location for him, very Muay Thai probably-esque crowd, because Roundtree, Muay Thai. So give me Khalil Roundtree all day, baby. I think this is a Khalil Roundtree fucking fight, man. This is out, and this is like the way they go. Jamahal Hill, like, man, you just haven't been acting right, bro. Like, we're gonna give you a Khalil Roundtree main event, in Baku. You know what I mean? So. Give me a Roundtree all day. I think Roundtree will go. It worked very well with the Jamahal Hill plotting fucking style that he does, man. It's like it was like a fucking one-off. Good thing. Good. How to meet ya. Nice to come. You got the belt now. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, do something else, game or something. I don't know. I know he's got YouTube and stuff, but like, or fuck, man, start running, dude. Like, take up another fucking hobby, bro. Start running. Maybe compete. You can still compete, I suppose. But then he tore his Achilles. Playing basketball, Jamahal Hill did when he had the belt. Had to fucking he had to vacate the belt. Now a couple of years later, Khalil Roundtree will probably stop him. Let's give a Khalil Roundtree a 3rd round stoppage for a Jamahal Hill. Give me Khalil Roundtree 3rd round. TKO over Jamahal Hill. These are the full card predictions for UFC Baku from Punches and Profits with your host, Nick Hollins. I'm out. Peace!